Last trading week was marked with the growing fears over inflation risks in the United States, which led to a massive sell-off wave in the stock market and a sharp rise in the US 10-year Treasury yields. The US dollar regained ground after a drop to 7-month low. Thus, the US dollar index that measures its value against a basket of 6 major currencies won back the losses from the previous week and closed the session with a gain of 0.7%. Traders downplayed the speech of Fed's chair Jerome Powell, who said he saw no threat in the possible rise of the inflation rate. Instead, he focused on the US labor market. Investors will definitely pay attention to the data on employment, but only within this week. On Friday, markets await the report on the number of employed and unemployed people from the US Bureau of Labor Statistics. Meanwhile, in the Eurozone, investors and monetary authorities have no reason to fear the acceleration of inflation. On Thursday, the euro managed to beat a monthly high on optimism over the end of lockdowns in some EU countries and the restart of the economy. However, the euro-dollar pair declined at the end of the week due to the strengthening of the greenback across the board. Likewise, the British pound retreated from early highs. In the previous session, the pulse managed to send the pound-dollar pair to a 3-year high. However, the trend changed amid a stronger US dollar on Thursday evening. Nevertheless, the stunning rally of the pound sterling made it the best performing currency of G20 in the first months of 2021. The national UK currency advanced on hopes for a quick economic recovery amid a shift vaccination rollout. Besides, the post-Brexit trade agreement with the EU contributed to the pound's growth. In terms of the overall dynamic in the financial market, the fluctuations of the pound sterling are much less impressive than that of Bitcoin. Last week, the number one cryptocurrency stayed in the downtrend long before the US dollar began to rise. On Monday, the price of Bitcoin plunged after reaching a new historic high of $58,000 per token as traders started to take profit. Later, Bitcoin hit the mark of $47,500 US. In the meantime, oil closed the week with gains. Brent quotes reached a 13-month high, supported by a decline in oil inventories and hopes for a quick fuel demand recovery. In addition, the extensive vaccination program and increased government stimulus measures improved the global economic outlook. At the same time, shale oil producers in the US resumed their operation after disruptions caused by the extremely cold weather last week. Crude prices are also capped by the expectations of the OPEC Plus meeting scheduled for March 4. The members of the cartel will repeatedly discuss the easing of output cuts. Gold fell to an 8-month low below the mark of $1,730 per troy ounce amid a sharp rise in the US Treasury yields. At the moment, investors lost interest in gold as a safe haven asset. And you are watching the combined review of currency and commodity markets on InstaForex TV channel. We wish you profitable deals and see you in our next release.